sexual education, different stages for all ages. Gaining necessary knowledge of sexual education earlier in age will benefit people in the long run. There is a movie called Boss Baby that gives a funny explanation to young children on how babies are born. Sexual education is a broad term used to describe education about human sexual anatomy, reproduction, intercourse, and other aspects of human sexual behavior. There are so many ways to teach a child about sex without actually teaching them. There are different levels to sex education. Learning stranger danger and private parts as well as boundaries is crucial to a child. Puberty also plays an important role because this is when boys and girls' bodies are changing into their own specific ways. Sex is expressed in many forms, so knowing what sex means prior to experiencing it is very important. Kids are often taught about the stranger danger early on. So knowing about their private parts, which I call them no-no squares, is very important. When children do not know about these areas and what they entail, they can be at risk to be lured in and possibly kidnapped, abused physically, mentally, emotionally, or many other ways if they are not taught the proper precautions. The education, if it was beginning at 5 years old, I believe would help a child identify when they are not being respected, even at such a young age. Children go through this stage learning about germs. So I feel if a child learns about the germs and knowing how fatal it is when you can cough and sneeze on someone, which we've learned during COVID, I feel like things would be a lot easier and a lot better. At a young age of 9 to 14, children are learning who they are and discovering all the many changes of their bodies, being a boy or a girl. Girls start to develop breasts and experience cycles. You have men that their voices start changing, and everyone is growing pubic hair. So, when these changes start, the topic of sex is usually eased into, and in most cases, so for a girl that is from 9 to 14 may start to experience her menstrual cycle. She may use a pad or even a tampon. This education is necessary to know what these differences are and knowing what you would like to use. You could have a girl or even a guy that is trying to be sexually active, and you would need protection. It's very important. If you don't have protection, you could take the possibility of becoming pregnant. You have to take a pregnancy test. There are also different types of birth controls that can help you from becoming pregnant. Someone may ask a child if they can help find a puppy or another child, and this is very risky. When someone kidnaps someone, they're often hurt themselves physically, mentally, or emotionally. Young girls and boys have been kidnapped, beaten, starved, raped, and more. So teaching our children the importance of their privacy parts and boundaries is very, very crucial at a young age. Children and adults are being taken at all hours of the day, so it's important to teach your children about the street light rule or not going outside of their yard, informing you of where they're going from one friend's house to another, etc. 8th grade to senior year are the years that a teenager is wanting to know more about life, the birds and the bees, as I showed you. So the best way to target the elephant in the room, the discussion of sex. Sexual education is a broad term used to describe the education, once again, of sexual anatomy. So after most people learn about something new, the next step is curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Most of the 8th grade class is going to want to see what the hype is about. Before this happens, more education should be provided to them. Knowing what can happen when you have a sexual contact of any type can end with an outcome of getting a sexually transmitted infection or disease, and even worse, pregnancy. The expectancy for a teen to have a child, graduate, and succeed in life and beat the odds set against them is very slim. So we need to try to teach about abstinence as well as statistics and allow those statistics to go down. Abstinence is the fact or practice of restraining oneself from indulging in something. To remain abstinent means a lot to someone that is waiting to spend a special moment with a special person. Knowing a person is worth the wait and have the confidence to share that you are what you are is amazing. From experience, if I would have had someone in my life explain to me all of the things about sex, then I would have waited. When a person feels like they need to talk about their curiosity, there are counselors, family, friends, pastors, and more that can help you discuss the topic. I did not know that there were other options about speaking. I would have spoke to my parents more, but the thing is, I wouldn't have my lovely son. So on August 24th of 2009, I gave birth to a baby boy. I'm 26, so you do the math. It is very important to teach a child about sex. Everyone has a chance to gain all necessary knowledge about sex. Deciding if small conversations are shared prior to the 6th grade and up is what should be decided. When a child is not properly taught information that is necessary for them to have a healthy sexual relationship, they will go out and experience so many things on their own and make mistakes with someone that they are not able to take back. Sexual education is needed to be taught at different stages for all ages.